Welcome to the Half Day Adventures podcast, everybody. My name is Alex.
And my name is Christian.
And let's just start off by saying, where do we go the most on all of our Half Day Adventures?
Epcot. And also, whose birthday did we miss?
Epcot.
Right. 40th anniversary for Epcot. October 1st, 2022. Where were you that day? Not at Epcot. No. Happy birthday, Epcot. We missed your birthday a little bit, but I mean, they celebrate all year, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they'll celebrate all year long, or at least until they sell out of all the merchandise that they made.
Right. You know what? Since its birthday, we haven't been, which is wild because literally we've been going every single week before then.
Yeah. Well, they've been all booked up with reservations.
Oh, okay. If that's the excuse.
We'll call it that.
Sure, yeah.
But we'll be there this weekend. And that's pretty normal for us. It's just the easiest park to pop into, even if it's just to go on a ride or two or get a bite to eat, which I think is what a lot of people just associate with Epcot now at this point.
Drinking and eating? Mm-hmm. For sure.
Which is true, but I think the park is so much more than just that. And I think it has had some trouble over the years with trying to stay relevant because it is a park all about discovery and advancement, technology, and that's something that's always changing in our world.
Right. No, yeah. But I don't know. I feel like the vision for it was a lot bigger than it actually turned out to be.
Yeah, that's very true.
I feel like the vision was futuristic. It was advancements in technology and, making the world a better place. And I think now it's just more of like, hey, let's go grab a beer in Mexico. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Margarita. Let's go to Canada for some stuff.
Well, what was the original vision for Epcot?
Epcot?
Mm-hmm.
You mean what does Epcot stand for?
Yeah. What does Epcot stand for?
Epcot stands for Experimental Prototype Community of Tomorrow. And fun fact, the first film about Epcot, Walt Disney's Epcot film in 1966.
When he's explaining the Florida project.
Right, exactly. Walt said Experimental Prototype City of Tomorrow first. And then a minute later, he corrected it to Experimental Prototype Community of Tomorrow.
Funny.
And I thought that was pretty cool. Walt had hiccups. Just like I've had a bunch of them already.
Well, he said that everything in that room would change.
Yeah, he said everything in the room may change time and time again as we move ahead, which is accurate.
I was going to say that's very true for Epcot.
It's true, but at the same time, I just feel like everything that was envisioned, like the city, for instance, didn't come to fruition. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It, I don't know where it went. I don't know how it changed. To be honest, I should have probably looked that up. But there was like so much that Walt wanted. There was like multiple levels underground for the city, and I don't know. It was just so huge. I was watching that Florida project film, and I'm just like, how the heck were they going to do all that? How are they going to have a level for industrial, trucks coming in, giving stuff to the city, and then you had a parking level for everyone going to Epcot. And then on top of that, you had the living quarters and the business area and all that. It's just insane.
You say that, but maybe we didn't have it then, but we have it now.
How do we have it now? Where do we have it now? At
the Magic Kingdom. There's tunnels all underneath the Magic Kingdom that a car could drive under if they wanted to. And daily life operates right on top.
That's a good point. But the way that Magic Kingdom is Magic Kingdom's the top, right? Mm-hmm. You have the underground tunnels on the bottom.
They're actually not underground. The tunnels are ground level. Magic Kingdom is on the second level.
Ayo, that's cool to know. I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. But so then how do you do Epcot? So you have the third level as ground level, and you have another layer on top of that, and then you have another layer on top of that. How would they have done it?
I don't know, but he was thinking of it. But also you talk about how he wanted a full community, a Disney community. Sure, maybe it wasn't there at the time, but we have Golden Oak now. That's Homes on Disney property.
But it's not the same. It's not the futuristic stuff he wanted.
Sure, but it was inspired by it, I'm sure.
So was Celebration, wasn't it? Celebration Florida?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's inspired by it, but it's not the same.
Okay.
Walt wanted it, right, for the neighborhoods, right? All the family neighborhoods to be living outside of Epcot. Then there's a center ring where it's like family activities and schools and all that. And then there's an even a more center, I guess, in the direct center was the business area where he said that there was going to be only business. It's going to be 20,000 like apartments. There are 20,000 people living in apartments there, just working there. And it's not what we have now. Golden Oaks, that's high. That's big money people over there. Celebration, that's pretty big money too, but it's not the same. You know, Walt also had the people mover going from the business center, the center of Epcot, all the way to the end of the neighborhood. So no one would have to have a car. Sorry, no, there were no cars allowed on top of Epcot. It was literally just a people mover. You'd hop on the people mover, go to your job, go to school, wherever you had to do. And then you park your car literally on the second level. The third level is where you'd see all the 18 wheelers with all the food packaging and everything you need, toilet paper, all that stuff going to thing. The city's insane.
So who was going to live there? Like anyone? Did you have to apply to live there?
Dreamers? I really don't know how. Again, how would they have done it?
I don't know.
Dreamers, people who wanted to create things, people who wanted to, see the world grow in a good way. I don't know.
Okay, so take that and put it to the side.
Okay.
Obviously, what Epcot was supposed to be never came to be.
Right now.
There was no funding for it. I mean, not enough, probably.
Okay.
And
unfortunately, Walt passed away before any of it could really...
Right. But the fact that you say the whole dreamer situation, that's, I think, a huge part of Epcot. I think,
Dreamers?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that was like kind of like in its mission statement. I mean, you say people that want to create things, people that want to discover things. Walt Disney himself was a dreamer.
Right. Also, they have that in the parking lot. Fun fact. Create and discover.
Interesting.
And amaze. I don't know what that one's about. Amaze after you've created and discovered things. Yeah, I don't know why I was so... worked up about that. But I mean, the vision was just really good. It was, watching that film, and if you guys have 26 minutes to watch that film, they used to play it at Hollywood Studios, not the whole entire thing.
Yeah. But
they would have a clip of it right there by the side of Little Mermaid, like when you're going to Toy Story Land now.
Mm-hmm. Walt Disney Presents.
Yeah, Walt Disney. Wasn't it called Walt's Dream?
One man's dream.
Oh,
that one man being Walt Disney.
Okay, sure, yeah, Walt's dream, same thing. But no, that vision is just so huge. And when I was watching that film, I'm like, holy wow, dude, that's to even think about all that is insane. But unfortunately, it just sucks that it didn't come true. I probably wouldn't be living there. I probably couldn't afford it.
Probably not. And would it have worked? Would it still be there? I don't know.
That's a good question. Yeah.
But when they were thinking of the next park that they wanted to bring to the vacation kingdom of the world, Walt Disney World, I think that they were still holding on to the idea of Epcot and that Walt Disney wanted an Epcot, and how could they bring an Epcot to Florida? I'm pretty sure there was like a story where two of the Imagineers or an Imagineer, something like that, they took kind of elements of what was supposed to be in Walt Disney's Epcot, original, experimental prototype community of tomorrow, not city. And a lot of it had to do with like nations and culture. Do you remember reading any of that?
I think there was the Imagineer, I forgot his name, Sumner is what's coming to mind. I could be completely wrong, but I think that's who you're talking about.
Maybe. It's probably in the Imagineering story on Disney Plus.
Probably should have watched that before we started.
Probably. Well, I did, but I don't know. I would need to watch it again because Epcot in itself, you could do such a deep dive, and I don't think we're doing that right now. But
I'm telling you, and I thought I thought I was doing a deep dive, but literally I just was watching the Florida project and the opening day, and I'm like, but what else is there? Like, you want to know more once you start getting into it. You're like, want to know more. But I also can't find a lot about it. You know what I mean?
I'm sure there's tons of it places.
Hidden. You have to go deep, deep, deep.
You could read in books,
What do I look like? That's not very futuristic.
Okay, but books have some really good information in them.
Not futuristic. I can't be talking about futuristic. All my notes are on pieces of paper right now.
Yeah,
I should have been running it on my cell phone.
Stunted right now.
Walt is very upset with me.
Okay. Well, anyway, there was talk about doing things as far as again, nations and however you want to word it, pieces of the world.
Okay.
And then they were also talking about the discovery, talking about the technology, talking about the future. And so with both of these plans, this Imagineer pushed both of these ideas together. And if you think about it, it gives you
World Showcase
and
Future World.
Wow.
Whoa, I got something right.
So that was kind of the early idea for Epcot. They wanted to have a world showcase so they could showcase all of the nations. And I feel like I'm repeating myself. And then the other side being the future world side, being the discovery, the creation of things and so on.
But so fast forward to today, what are they discovering and creating at Epcot right now?
Oh, I don't know.
Is there somewhere where they're doing that? Is there something where they're showcasing that? I don't think there is.
I mean,
and that's where I think that everything fell off.
It's hard. Well, okay, let's think about in the beginning when Epcot opened again in 1982.
Okay.
The big parts that opened with Epcot were the pavilions.
Right.
Some of them are still there.
Right.
Some are not.
And a lot didn't join that he wanted them to be.
What do you mean?
There was like a list of people that were going to get in, and I feel like, they said that no one really paid to be in there. Actually, Disney had to pay to have them come over here. The only one that actually paid was Morocco, and Morocco's been paying until COVID.
Oh, you're talking about the World Showcase.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about in general, like everything in the park.
No, I was talking about the World Showcase. All the nations that they wanted there didn't partake really in it. Disney had to cover them, and then Morocco was the only ones like, heck yeah, I'm going to be part of this stuff to, I guess, show off Morocco. But they actually just ended their stuff. I think they pulled everyone away from that area in 2020 when COVID hit, I think, right?
Yeah, well, that makes sense. I mean, especially too with like Norway. I thought Norway was involved. They probably were at some point, but
were they? I don't know, because again, like they opened up and they had, what was the ride? And they switched it pretty early on. Yeah. And they
switched it early on to what?
I'm pretty sure they switched it. I'm pretty sure that's what I read. Or I didn't read. Sorry, I was watching a video.
Oh my God.
But I don't know.
But also Epcot, I feel like, had a lot of inspiration from the World's Fair. That was another part too that they kind of wanted to bring into Epcot. Again, on the future world side. But the things that were opened with Epcot when it first, the dawn of the new area that came to us was the Imagination Pavilion, the Land Pavilion.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure the Universe of Energy.
When it opened?
Yeah. Or no?
I don't remember. A lot of things weren't open. That's the whole thing. When Epcot opened, a lot of things weren't operating. Spaceship Earth was operating.
I'm pretty sure Universe of Energy was there. There was World of Motion.
Okay.
And then there was the Communicore, which was, the two sides.
Right.
And then
commuter car.
Oh God. Yeah, listen to our first
D23 episode if you guys want to.
Debacle. Did we say Spaceship Earth? Spaceship Earth, obviously.
Spaceship Earth, yeah.
Yeah, fun fact about Spaceship Earth, they wanted it to be like a bronze ball. I'm just looking to the side right now because apparently you looking at a picture of Spaceship Earth is supposed to bring you inspiration for this whole podcast.
I'm very inspired right now. Isn't Inspire also a parking lot? The parking lot section?
The many parking lots of Epcot. They say that all of the Magic Kingdom, no. Magic
Kingdom? Those are villains and heroes.
No, I thought someone said that something could fit all in the Epcot parking lot.
Oh, maybe Magic Kingdom. Magic Kingdom, I have it right here. Let me tell you right here. Magic Kingdom and the recreational events that they were having and the hotels that they imagined in the beginning is 5 times bigger than Disneyland. But Epcot was twice the size of that, if not more. So that means that you can fit probably Disneyland and Magic Kingdom inside of Epcot.
The original Epcot or the Epcot that we have today?
Oh, probably the original Epcot. Oh my
God. Anyway, like I was saying, originally the plan and the concept was for Spaceship Earth to be bronze, but they said that they needed to change it because that would reflect the sun and bother the airplane drivers.
Oh, is that the reason why? Makes sense. So what color do they have right now? It's like translucent.
It's like white.
So why doesn't that
silvery?
Why doesn't that reflect on the sun?
I don't know. It's the material that's made out of.
Do you know the type of material it's made out of?
I do, actually.
Oh, yeah?
It's called a Lucabond.
Oh, what's that?
I don't know. I just know what it's called. Do you know how many triangles are on Spaceship Earth?
70,000.
No.
How many?
954.
954, that's it?
Apparently.
For that big golf ball?
Yes, for that big golf ball.
900, how much?
954.
And one other thing that they were trying to figure out too is how to make that without it being so heavy, right? Something like that. That's also why they have that material. I'm pretty sure it's like really light material.
Possible.
Yeah. Have you ever been inside the Epcot ball?
I have, actually.
Like a walkthrough, actually?
I've ridden it.
But you've never done a walkthrough.
No, I've never done a walkthrough.
A backstage walkthrough, like I have.
Okay, what about it?
Nothing. It was just cool.
You have nothing to say about it?
It was cool. I mean, a lot of the things are optical illusions. You go up the part, like the Egyptian part. There's like just like two boards. Really, it just looks really like you're walking far away in the sand. But it's not that far, really.
That's the best fun fact that you have from your backstage tour of Spaceship Earth.
The horses, right? When they started building the roads, one of those horses is only half a horse. Like the other side is not real. It's like they split the horse in half. Because
they don't build things that you don't see.
Exactly my point.
Why waste the money on it?
Sure. But also, that's a cool fact.
Isn't there a rumor that there was supposed to be more of the ride that's not finished?
I don't know. Is that a rumor that's going around right now or what?
Not right now. The track was supposed to continue all the way up to the top with the space scene and they didn't do it.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Oh my God. Do you know anything?
Not about that.
Okay. Well, what do you know about?
Spaceship Earth was dedicated to Epcot on opening ceremonies October 1st, 1982. I don't remember who it was.
All right, I give up. It's literally. Anyway. Most of the things in Epcot were supposed to also be pavilions, talking about the World's Fair.
Mm-hmm.
So there was the Imagination Pavilion. There was the Land Pavilion, because you were supposed to go inside of these things. You were supposed to see expositions. There was going to be attractions, all that type of stuff.
But like rotating, like always something new, right? Or was it supposed to be like how it is today, where it's the same thing that you just go over there and...
I don't know about that, but I would think, because again, we're always looking to the future. We're looking at progress. Again, one of the big things about this park is just, progress of technology. So I don't see how they couldn't have thought that.
This has turned into a really big rant about how I don't like how Epcot is. I love Epcot, first of all. But the more I think about the past plans for the future and how it is now...
Okay, well, you can't go off of that because it's not what it turned into. But what it was something that didn't have Disney characters in it in the beginning. It was all about edutainment, educational entertainment.
Oh, fun word. Okay.
You went to Epcot to learn and have fun doing it.
That doesn't really sound fun.
Well, maybe that's why I wasn't ever brought to Epcot as a child, because it was told to... I feel like my mom that they said that Epcot didn't have anything for kids.
Really? Did they have anything for kids when you were little?
I didn't go there when I was little.
But did they, like when you were little, did they have
back,
something?
They probably had stuff that I would have liked.
Like what?
I mean, they did have some characters. They had some rides.
So you wanted to be edutained?
Maybe I did. I like to learn.
Sure.
All right. But maybe they didn't really have too much.
They had Soarin'?
No. Are you kidding me? They didn't have
Soarin' when you were a kid?
Maybe when I was like 10 or 12.
When was that? 2005? When was it born? I mean, when was Epcot? Wait, no. When was Soarin' made? When was Soarin' made?
2005, I think.
So I was right again. Ding, ding, ding. Christian's a winner.
I would check that before you give yourself credit on that.
I will check that.
Yeah. Okay. But when I was about 6 years old and probably went on my first trip to Disney, we did not go to Epcot. I don't know totally what they had at Epcot at that time, but I know that they had the living seas, which I would have enjoyed. It did not have Finding Nemo in it. We can, let's talk about the living seas.
2005. That's when Soarin' was open.
Congratulations. The one thing that you partially knew.
That's two things on this episode that I've gotten right. I don't remember what the first one was, but I got something right. Oh, Future World is what I said. And I got that one right too.
Okay. The Living Seas. Let's just talk about that. So we talked about those opening day pavilions that were there, but some of the ones that you immediately think of when you think of Epcot did not come until, years later.
Okay.
So Living Seas. Mm-hmm. Did you ever go to the original Living Seas? When was the first time that you ever went to Epcot?
Okay, so I have this thing where I don't really feel like I was in the moment ever, so I couldn't really tell you when when the first time I was at Epcot. Everything's just a blur from literally here on out.
So you don't remember how old you were when you first went to Epcot?
Absolutely not. No. To be honest, I couldn't tell you when. I really couldn't tell you when the first time I went to Epcot was.
Oh my gosh. Well, the Living Seas, who was their sponsor? Fact check me on this. I think it was United something.
Okay, what about them?
Okay. Well, so they were...
Wait, what's it called again?
The Living Seas. Oh my goodness. The Living Seas. It was going to be originally an attraction that featured Poseidon. Fun fact.
Okay.
That did not happen, but it was all kind of just about
what did you say?
It's United something.
United Technologies.
Technologies.
Nice.
United Technologies. Right at the tip of my tongue.
Mm-hmm.
But it was not themed around Finding Nemo, obviously. It was about the ocean. I think it was about like the ocean's creation. And you like went into these... Yeah, the video, I mean, maybe not when I first saw it because they probably changed it a couple times, but it's kind of scary. If you watch a video of like the original, If you watch the original like video for the Living Seas and the music, it's kind of like unsettling.
Okay.
The music that they use.
I like that about Disney sometimes when it's like unsettling and you're like, this is creepy.
I think that was just like 80s Epcot. A lot of it was unsettling.
Yeah, that's fun.
Scary. But you got into hydrolator elevators that brought you down to Seabase Alpha.
That's a big word.
Yeah, well, that's what it was. Actually, I'm pretty sure there was I don't even know if we're allowed to talk about this. Why not? There was like a lawsuit with the hydrolator elevators.
What happened?
That brought you down to Seabase Elsa.
Seabase Elsa coming down.
Let it go.
Okay.
Seabase Alpha.
Mm-hmm.
There was I think a woman or something like that said that the elevator that brought her all the way down to the sea base made her ears pop, like medically like unsafe.
How far down did they go?
You don't go anywhere.
How does that make any sense?
I don't know.
What are you saying? You're telling me that the elevator did not go up or down?
No, it wasn't even an elevator.
Popped.
It was just a room that felt like an elevator.
Oh, why would you have that?
It was part of the ride. Like you were like going down to the bottom of the ocean.
But why would you simulate pressure?
You don't simulate pressure.
I don't understand what you're saying.
She probably thought that something that the elevator caused her like hearing loss or caused her something weird. Look it up. It's there somewhere.
Okay, I'll do it later. Sure. But you're telling me that her ears didn't pop.
I don't know. Something with her ears.
But it popped. Sure. Okay. Anyways, continuing forward to the hydrolator
I don't know.
alligators.
Anyway, with the Living Seas, it was one of the largest indoor aquariums at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where there's an outdoor aquarium the way that I just... It was like funny. The world's largest aquarium. But as a child, I did love sea life.
So you would have enjoyed it if you were able to go?
Yes, if I was able to go. And eventually when I did go, I did really like it. I don't remember what the ride was like, to be honest. But I know that
you did go on the original ride?
Yeah.
You went on the hydrolator alligator?
I think so. I don't know. It was a little fuzzy.
Okay, well, anyways,
but I did like the manatees that they had. That was my
favorite. Your favorite animal right there. Mm-hmm. Okay, but now it's Finding Nemo.
Yeah, because they stuck something in there that was relevant for people and kids to draw them into the park.
And I agree with that decision.
I'm not saying it was bad, but it's just interesting that, you know, something that was not Disney, but yet it still was Disney. Like that was Epcot. I feel like that was pretty much all of Epcot. You didn't have Mickey Mouse taking you through the universe of energy to learn about energy. Like that was the whole thing.
And now you don't have any of that.
Now you don't have any of that, but you have all of the Disney characters now.
Yeah, that's what
which is what people are so riled about.
So that it's not like an education.
Not really anymore, but people don't really care about that anymore. People want rides. People want characters. People want to see Elsa in Norway.
I guess.
So that was one of them. Another one was the Imagination Pavilion. Again, something that I could have gone on as a child and something that I wish I saw because that obviously the huge thing around the Imagination Pavilion was Figment.
Right.
and the Dream Finder. And, people say that that's one of the best rides that was ever at Epcot.
Really? The best?
The best.
Well, they obviously didn't go to the one that I rode on the other day.
Okay. But people love Dreamfinder and Figment.
But you didn't ride it at all?
No.
Ever?
I don't even think that iteration probably was there when I went. Because it changed multiple times where they got rid of Dreamfinder, they got rid of Figment. It's gone through a lot.
Okay.
And people say that the one that they have now is like one of the worst.
Really?
There could have been ones that were worse. I feel like I could have done a lot more reading on all of these things because I don't have much information about all of this, but look it up if you're interested about the
Figment
lore,
varieties.
Yeah.
Or some would say variants of Figment.
Variants of Figment.
Right.
But they also had Captain EO there. They had a 3D show over there, Magic Journeys. Again, love that song, but it's kind of eerie. It's kind of scary, but I love that about Epcot. I think Epcot's just great because it's weird and unsettling. The more you read about it and the more you see all the old stuff they had.
Mm-hmm. No, I don't know. I like Epcot when you think back, like when you watch videos about it, like the grand scheme of what they wanted to do was amazing. And I think it is.
I like how unhinged it got.
Oh, don't stare at me like that when you say that. I like how unhinged it got.
Okay.
But
Another pavilion. Because now I'm just talking about Future World pavilions. Let me know when you have anything to say about them. You probably don't because you don't remember anything.
I really don't. And to be honest, I couldn't tell you. I mean, the only time I saw Michael Jackson in a theme park was in Universal one time. I didn't get to see that show.
Well, you should have. It was a good one. I think it debuted at Disneyland first.
Really?
I think.
Fun fact there.
I could be lying, but they did have it there. All right, let's finish up on that side of the park.
Okay. Wait, they had when did Honey I Shrunk the Kids go there? And what did that replace?
Honey I Shrunk the Kids replaced Captain EO, which Captain EO replaced Magic Journeys.
Okay, and so then I remember going to Epcot when Honey I Shrunk the Kids was in there. That was probably the first time I was.
I saw that too. I don't remember what year that was though.
It's kind of like like the Tree of Life when it has the little bugs biting your feet and poking your butt. That's what I remember. I thought it was a cool place.
I saw that, but I wasn't allowed to play in the Honey I Shrunk the Kids playground at MGM Studios.
MGM Studios. I was thinking about that because that's in like they had like pencils and giant pencil things, right? That's by the driving what's the driving one show? Lights, Motor, Action.
Yeah.
Oh, what a good show!
But I wasn't allowed to play in there because it was probably nasty.
Too good for the playground.
Snotty kids.
Okay, you're a snotty kid. Is
climb on the giant ant that was in there. But the last pavilion on that side of Future World, I don't know what side it is. East, west. I don't even know if it mattered. Communicore at that time, east or west, was the Land Pavilion.
Okay, and that is actually it had the Living with the Land. Running from the beginning, but it wasn't called Living with the Land. It was called what? Living with something. Land something.
What was it called?
I really could not tell you.
Listen to the Land.
Listen to the Land?
Was it?
I couldn't tell you. I thought I had it somewhere in my paper notes, but I don't see it anymore.
I know that was the name of the song.
So then maybe that's what it is.
I don't know. You should look though. You should check that up.
I'll check it out.
But that was like an original attraction and low key one of my favorite attractions at Epcot. I made my dad ride it with me the other day, the vegetable ride.
You guys went to Epcot without me?
Yeah. It's just a nice, relaxing ride. It's got animatronics. It has nice music with a pan flute, and it has fun vegetables and fish.
No, you're right. Just listen to the Land.
Listen to the Land. Also inside the Land Pavilion, they had the Kitchen Cabaret show. I didn't see that because I'm not that old. But it was an animatronic show with singing foods.
Really?
That taught you about nutrition.
That would have been fun.
Yeah, it was sponsored by Kraft, I believe.
I think if I learned that, probably wouldn't be as big as I am today.
Oh my gosh.
I wish I had food teaching me about nutrition.
That's where the song Veggie, Veggie, Fruit, Fruit comes from.
Okay, cool.
You know that song?
No.
Oh my God. All right. Well, that turned into Food Rocks, which was also a show about food, singing, but it was just probably made a little bit more relevant and fun, a little more updated.
Okay.
I did see that.
How was it?
It was good. I remember there was somebody in there called Chubby Cheddar
Okay.
instead of Chubby Checker.
Who's Chubby Checker?
He's a singer from a long time ago.
Okay.
I don't know. It was a fun little show. Singing animatronic vegetables and things from the fridge. And then that, in 2005, turned into...
Soarin'.
Yes.
Wait, you're telling me that the whole thing, Food Rocks and the singing vegetables and all that, was in Soarin'?
Yeah, and there was rumor that it was just boarded up behind a wall.
Right now, currently?
I don't know. That's what I heard. I don't remember who I heard from, but we love a Disney rumor. I mean, I feel like that's most of Epcot. Things are just...
hidden behind walls and hidden in attics.
Basically. So weird. But otherwise, Land Pavilion, they've had the Garden Grill restaurant. They have the food court, and they've had various shows in there as well in that one little theater.
Fun. All right. Well,
let's skip over to the other side of Future World.
What's that side?
Universe of Energy.
Oh, Universe of Energy. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Started not with Ellen.
No, but she came in. She brought Bill Nye.
But originally, what was it? It was just the same thing, but without them. And it had more to do with like industrial land.
I believe so. And dinosaurs.
And dinosaurs. And it kept the dinosaurs until for Ellen. Hey, where are those dinosaurs right now?
Probably in an attic somewhere.
Yeah, they'll bring them back eventually.
That was also a nice ride to just sit on if you need to take a nap. It was a long ride.
But see, I feel like that at that point, Epcot was just like a let's drink and then take a nap type of place.
Yeah.
Like, what is there to do? Soarin'. Then I go on Living with Land to take a nap. Then I'll go on Mission Space and go on Ellen to take a nap. I'll go on Test Track after that and go home.
Oh, I don't know. But now it
is
Guardians of the Galaxy, Cosmic Rewind. I mean,
I think that's the best ride in the
it's a good ride,
Disney.
But that was like another one that people were like, does it fit at Epcot?
I think it does.
Why?
Because in a way it is futuristic, right? You're talking about 2 million light years away in a distant place. Galaxy, sorry. That resembles ours, you know? And it's the future. It's where we'll get one day, hopefully.
Yes. I mean, it might be a stretch, but whatever. It's just another way that Disney wanted to put in another relevant thing, another new thing, which is fine. I mean, you can't keep everything the same. There's just no way that Epcot, could you imagine Epcot in the 80s at Epcot Center being what it is right now? No one would go there.
No one would go there.
It'd be so outdated.
Drink, I guess.
But okay, I don't think people were just getting drunk at Epcot.
People are just getting drunk 80s. Right now.
Maybe now.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
I don't think in the past. But what do I know?
Yeah.
But Guardians of the Galaxy, good stuff over there. You know what's not good over there? Mission Space.
I like Mission Space.
I hate Mission Space.
That's kind of rude.
Also, you don't even ride Mission Space.
I don't, because you don't ride Mission Space. I'm not riding Mission Space by myself with some 3 random people who don't know how to hit buttons. And navigate correctly.
I don't know. I don't like it. And I think it was a waste. I heard it was... I say all these things like I heard. I don't really know who I heard these things from. But I'm pretty sure I read that the Mission Space Pavilion was like extremely expensive.
So why would they get rid of it?
They probably wouldn't, because it's so expensive.
But do you think they would ever retheme it to anything?
I don't know. I would hope. But it stands in place of, again, one of the greatest attractions of all time that Disney fans will say was Horizons. Have you read about Horizons?
I've briefly heard about it. I heard about it in the Epcot video. Not the first one. I think it's like a different video I was watching.
Video. I never went on it. I don't remember when it closed. I feel like this podcast, a lot of us just saying, I don't remember.
Well, I feel like I'm very young and I'm not afraid to flaunt that.
Okay. I don't remember when it closed, but like you should look up the pictures of them like destroying Horizons.
Why? What
Just
are
look
they
it
doing?
up.
Right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was a ride kind of similar to Spaceship Earth. Like not really, but it was a dark ride. It was an Omnimover ride. And it brought you through like futuristic living, I think. Something like that. And like you would choose your own adventure at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Like with robots and like growing crops and all those things. It looked nice. It had nice music. But it just was like a huge pavilion. And it's so weird that they like tore it down in the middle and like just dilapidated. But what? Are you looking at the pictures?
I can't even see. Nothing's even showing up.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so that was it. It was, what the hell?
Did it just load?
Yeah.
Could you imagine seeing that in the middle of Epcot?
That's scary as hell.
I know.
Damn, what the hell happened there?
It looks like a wrecking ball just hit that giant building. It's kind of like a
there's
big
literally
diamond
an
building.
excavator literally just kind of like ramming into it. That's scary. And that building was huge too.
Yeah. It also, I think, had like smells of oranges. It just sounds like a ride that like brought a lot of inspiration to other things.
Okay, like Soarin'.
Like Soarin',
Right.
like
Avatar.
sure. What's like the ride that like you can choose like your own outcome? Oh,
That's Spaceship Earth.
maybe.
What do you mean? It literally lets you to pick your future.
I guess.
Have
I
you
guess
never
it's
been on Spaceship Earth?
Yes,
or like what?
I have. I guess it's kind of like that. But I wish I could have gone on that ride. That's like the one thing I don't know that I ever would have been able to with like when I was born, like how old I am. But I do wish I could have went on that one.
All right, we'll fast forward to today with all the new attractions that are there. Let's list them off. I guess Guardians of the Galaxy, Mission Space isn't new, but whatever. Test Track.
Old Test Track was so much better.
Oh, that's the one with the goofy stuff.
Yeah, with the crash dummies. So much better. News Test Track.
News Test Track.
Test Track 2.0, whatever you want to call it. No.
What's the difference?
Lame.
What's the difference?
There's no difference in the ride. The
So
difference
then
is in
there
the
you go.
theming. The theming.
Right, okay.
Again, progress, learning about test driving and dummies and going through the elements to see if your car can work.
I guess you would.
It also
need
felt
that.
like you were walking into a Home Depot when you went in.
Why would you need one? Why would you want that?
I don't know. It just felt like a garage. I remember lots of orange and yellow.
I like the Chevy. I like the Chevrolets. Walking through there, seeing all the new futuristic looking cars.
I hate that. I don't want to be pressured into buying a car when I walk out of an attraction.
I don't want to go look. I need to go to a hardware store when I'm going to an attraction.
I do.
I want them to look new and nice.
Well, you know what? I think if anything, talking about this, you should go through and watch old ride throughs of past Epcot attractions. And you can decide which ones should have stayed and which ones could have left.
It's not the same. I wouldn't
Test
be able
Track could have stayed.
It's not the same. I wouldn't be able to smell the hardware store smell.
I would rather smell hardware store than get harassed by a car dealer.
No one's harassing you. You can literally just walk in and walk out. No
Well,
one's in
I
there
feel
chasing you.
uncomfortable
Hey,
walking.
buy this car. Buy this Chevy.
I don't want to walk through a showroom.
2023 Chevy Silverado.
I also don't want to build my car. I just want my car to be ready for me.
I do want to build my car. You want to know how fast I make my car? I literally hit 102. Can you hit your car that fast? No, you can't. That's probably why you're mad.
No, I just like the nostalgia of old Test Track.
Okay.
Very 2000s. Like late 1990s.
All right. Anyways, continuing forward.
You know what else was over on that side?
Oh, okay. What?
Sorry, I just have to throw this in. But it's kind of relevant. The gold dome building in between Guardians and Mission Space.
What is that?
Exactly. You don't even know because it's back there and it's hiding and you don't even know it's there. But it used to be the Wonders of Life Pavilion.
Oh, that's where they used to have all the events. No, I'm looking at the wrong thing.
They did have events
Like the
there.
Flower and Garden events
Yeah.
where you walked over there.
Yeah, but it started as the Wonders of Life.
Okay.
So originally, when they were looking to bring more pavilions over to Epcot, they were deciding between a pavilion about health and wellness and a pavilion about movies. And the pavilion about movies eventually turned into a whole new theme park, Disney MGM Studios.
So that's where MGM Studios comes from?
Yeah. But they decided to go with the health and wellness pavilion. called it The Wonders of Life.
Mm-hmm.
Sponsored by MetLife.
Okay.
I just like to know my sponsors is all.
All right.
And inside of the pavilion, they had a little eatery and they had 3 attractions. One of the attractions was Cranium Command.
Okay.
An attraction that has literally sat abandoned, and again,
It's currently still abandoned.
I think it's just gone at this point.
Okay.
But we'll get there in a second. But that was one that did sit there. There was like that news story about that guy that went in and stole the animatronic, or stole the clothes off the animatronic.
Excuse me, what?
Look it up.
Also, that's scary.
There's
Imagine
so much
going
good stuff about Epcot.
Imagine going into the dark attraction and then ripping the clothes off of an animatronic. First of all, and not being scared that the animatronic is going to chase after you. That's what I'm scared about.
Okay, I would be scared about a worker finding me, not the animatronic finding me.
Have you seen Five Nights at Freddy's?
Yeah, I don't think that's
what
real.
I'd be scared of.
All right. Well, that was an attraction, and it was about like the little animatronic who was inside of somebody's brain that was like controlling them, and like very Inside Out. Okay. So people were like, oh, that attraction, if they still had it, they could easily theme to Inside Out. Cute. The other attraction that was in there was Body Wars.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of that?
Something with germs.
No, Body Wars was literally a thrill attraction. It's literally Star Tours. It was what Star Tours well, it's not what Star Tours, but they apparently like used the old cabins and they like took the pieces and used them when they were building Star Tours.
Okay.
Or not when they were building, but just to add to it.
Okay.
So people like said it made them really sick, but essentially they like shrunk you down to the size of a shell, and a cell.
A cell.
A cell.
Okay.
Marcel the shell with shoes on shrunk you down to the size of a cell, and it was like you like went through the bloodstream and stuff. I wish I could have went on that attraction too.
Okay.
And the last attraction in there was called The Making of Me.
And what's that?
What do you think it was about?
Organs, body parts.
What kind of body parts?
I don't know. Why do you say it like that, weirdo?
Because it was a show telling you how babies are made.
What? Epcot was telling people how babies are made?
Yes.
They weren't telling that it was delivered by storks?
No.
Wow. That's a little too advanced.
They showed pictures of cartoon sperm.
No.
Yes. Look it up. It's real.
I'm going to have to deep dive that for real. Actually, maybe I won't. I'll skip over that one.
It was a show, and it was narrated by Martin Short. I don't know. It's just funny. Like, again, wild Epcot. Why were these things happening?
Yeah. No, that's insane.
But that was a whole pavilion. But anyway, it was like, I don't think it was very popular, you know, as by the end of that pavilion being a thing. And it ran seasonally. So it was like something that was only open like half the year, and eventually like less. And then they just closed it entirely. Then it sat vacant, I think, for quite a while. And then they started like getting all the attraction pieces out, and then they used it for the festival center for like Food and Wine Festival, Flower and Garden.
I do remember that. Yep.
Yeah, that's probably what you remember it from. But now it's supposed to be the Play Pavilion.
The new one coming up?
Yeah, but now there's rumor that they're canceling that.
Where did the rumor come from?
WDWNT.
Okay.
Where half those things are just rumors.
News today. Well,
yeah.
That's cool.
I don't know, but that's the rumor. But again, like, I haven't heard anything about it. They've been working on it for quite some time. Just goes to show you that Disney can give you all the information on their Blue Sky projects. They can say it's coming, and then they could squash it. So I'm interested to see what's happening with that. But I don't know. It's been sitting there.
All right. Well, that was everything Future World. Let's talk a little bit about World Showcase. Jesus. And like I said earlier, they didn't really have all the pavilions there, or, you know, the countries weren't really paying to be there, but there were some that were supposed to be there, right? And it's supposed to be Israel, Spain, Switzerland. There was a rumor for Brazil and Equatorial Africa.
Yeah. So Equatorial Africa, Israel,
Spain.
And Spain. Those were the ones that were like literally listed in the map that were coming soon. They never built them, which is
probably because they didn't want to pay to be there.
Probably they couldn't get the funding for it. Like you said, Morocco was like always had a big foot in the door, but other ones like
that's what I'm saying. Disney literally was like, "Oh, don't worry, we'll cover you guys." And I think that's just Disney was just like, "Whatever, we'll just take over." And
I mean, but if you look at Epcot on a map, there's space to put different countries.
Still, currently?
I mean, think about it. Like in between, I think like Germany and Italy, there's room. In between the UK and Canada, like there's spaces. So stuff was supposed to go there. It just never did. And I remember like for the 35th anniversary of Epcot, people were like, oh, they're going to build this. They're going to do it with the reimagining of Epcot. Like they're going to announce countries. They didn't announce any of that.
But so what countries do we have right now? Go in order, like if you're going around. Oh my goodness.
Well, what side do you start on when you go around the World Showcase?
Mexico. I always start at Mexico.
Me too, but lately I've been starting in Canada.
Really? Why?
I just have.
What's in Canada?
Nothing. I mean, I don't go there for any reason. I just go there to...
You just walk around in a circle that way? Okay, well anyways, Mexico.
Mexico, Norway, China.
Then you have that little stand right there.
Little Africa.
Right.
Which isn't called that. Germany.
What's it called?
I don't know. It's not called anything. The Outpost.
Outpost, yeah. Then you have Germany. Then you have Italy. Then you have Japan.
Nope.
Oh, America.
Yeah, they're the host country.
Sorry. Then you have Japan. Then you have France. No, sorry, Morocco. I'm sorry, Morocco. Then France. Then UK. Then Canada. Then Hawaii.
What?
During the festival, they have a lot of booths of Hawaii.
Give it up. But everything's pretty much been the same over there. Again, if anything, they've just added more of the IP, intellectual properties, which again, people are so mad about.
Like what?
Ratatouille.
Oh.
Things like that. Frozen.
Why are people mad about that? I thought people wanted that.
Because that wasn't the original Epcot. Original Epcot didn't have Disney characters. We talked about this.
Right.
But that is what is popular now. That is what brings people to the parks. They want to see Elsa in Norway. They want to see the Three Caballeros in Mexico.
They want to see Ratatouille.
They want to see Ratatouille.
In France.
Even if you have to wait 120 minutes to see that rat.
Makes him, Remy, man. He's such a nice rat.
I don't know. I don't mind it being there. I think that it's needed in the park because it's true. If you bring someone to Epcot, there's not a ton to do.
And you're paying a lot for a ticket.
Yeah.
For not a lot to do. You're paying, okay, Epcot was like a place where you paid a bunch to get in and you pay a bunch to do stuff.
It was?
Sorry,
whatever. I was going to say more than ever.
But I don't know. Yeah, I guess it is. That's a money hole.
Yeah, well, that's Disney.
But Epcot's, I think Epcot's like the main, literally again, like we said, people go in there to eat, drink.
Well, because now at Epcot, they have festivals all year long. And they used to do that before, but they're longer than ever now. It's like Food and Wine starts in July and goes all the way until November.
Okay, yeah. Expensive.
Yeah. They used to have some crazy stuff at Epcot too. In the World Showcase, they used to have a Barbie show.
A Barbie show? Where did that fit in?
Didn't really fit in. They had it in like the American Gardens Theater. It was called Magical World of Barbie.
And now we have shows of different bands, right? Coming through. It's still a fun place. A lot of people go there.
They also used to have a show called Kaleidoscope in 1985. And it used to feature airplanes and jet skis.
Like actual airplanes?
Actual airplanes.
Where, on the lake?
Like flying over Epcot. They used to have their own like air ultra flight park that was over by Pop Century, where they would practice over there.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
I don't know. Again, look it up. Wild Epcot, the things that used to be there. But you know what did used to be there? That's something that I loved. The character bus.
What's the character
I know
bus?
that we didn't want characters in Epcot, but I do remember that. That was one of the things that my mom always made us do at Epcot. They had a double-decker bus that drove all the way around the World Showcase and stopped at the countries, and you can meet characters there. Like
you had to get on the bus and
no, you would just follow the bus, or you would be in a country, like you'd be in, I don't know, you'd be in Canada or something, and like the characters would get off the bus and sign autographs. What characters? I don't know. I told her to send me pictures earlier of stuff, but I remember meeting like Brother Bear. I remember meeting like Max and Goofy, Jiminy Cricket, Pinocchio.
Those are some pretty good.
They were pretty good characters.
Pretty good characters to be. That's pretty cool. What did I miss about Epcot? If I were to say something, I don't miss anything. I'm happy the way it is right now.
Really? Well, you don't even remember the first time you went to Epcot, so how do you know what you're missing?
You know what? I do miss Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Because that's the only thing you can remember? Are you kidding me?
No, yeah.
Please.
That's it. Nowadays, like I said, I go to Guardians of the Galaxy, eat some food maybe, grab a drink, try to make a TikTok, and I go home. Happy as can be.
I mean, I'll agree. I don't mind it.
What's new? What's coming up? Winter stuff. What's
what do you
the
mean?
Winter Festival Showcase?
Festival of Holidays?
Festival Holidays. That's what's coming up right now. Hopefully by then we have our YouTube up and running and we can taste test and spend a lot of money at Epcot like Walt Disney intended. Walt Disney said, "Here, give me all your money, please."
I don't think he said that in that video that you watched.
No, he said a lot of good things and I'm seeing a lot of bad things right now. So, but like I said, I'm going to be spending my money there either way.
I love Epcot.
Sure, me too. No, for sure. It's probably one of my favorite parks just because of what we do. But I don't know. I feel like it really is off the mark.
Yeah. But that's okay. Here's to the next 40 years at Epcot.
Heck yeah. Happy birthday, Epcot.
We'll see how much it changes from everything that we knew, everything that is, and everything that'll come.
All right. All right. Well, that's everything that I think we had to talk about today. That was a really big rant, tangent. Literally went everywhere.
That's what I'm saying. I could sit there and like read and talk about Epcot forever.
Another time.
That was the name of the fireworks show there.
What? Epcot Forever?
Epcot Forever.
Nice. That's a good little slip.
But I think Epcot is the most interesting Disney park.
I think so too. Imagine having 3 stories of things. Can't get over it. Oh, did you also know that they were supposed to, you know how people say, oh, Disney has a bubble that controls the weather and all that stuff. You know that
they were supposed to put a dome over it.
They were supposed to put a dome over it. It was literally going to have a Disney bubble.
And that's where the Disney dome comes from.
That's literally so funny. That's cool though. Mm-hmm. Not what's going on right now, unfortunately.
But thanks for stopping by and listening to us rant and reminisce about Epcot, our favorite park. And if you have anything that you want to let us know or any suggestions, go ahead and give us an email at hgapodcast@outlook.com. And also follow us on TikTok and Instagram at Half Day Adventures.
Right, yeah. Or just send us a DM. You don't have to email us.
Either way.
We'll be here.
Just like Epcot will.
For another 40 years, hopefully.
Wait, I have one more fact.
What?
If you stay to the end, here's a bonus fact. Did you know that in California, that the second park that they were going to have out there was going to be called Westcott?
Why Westcott?
Because it was going to be the West Coast Epcot.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. That's my final fact.
All right. Bye.
Toodles.